ye kan ko echi a ye history mu a ana ya bakose mu a ye hu se ewuma na master biepie ewuma na master biepie na ye mpempensu ya ye dui ewe ye wiase mu nyama bebre na abopo na afa nipa edi ne ti pempem edi pempem eno hu nti obo ade ankasa nyanse mu no wasen yi ofoforo a afi mu wo wiase afande yina no nyama ekiri nipa so nyama ahye nipa so nyama ama nipa ekonanda na ye bisa ye ho se anane kwara na ani a bon se no obi efie kuyi mu na okọ eku foforo na osanko foforo na ohwehwe bi se bibi ajira nipa eno ena na wie mene wo ye ba betie nsɛm a yate afa Dr. Jan ho na trosem ne ka sɛ onyankopɔn abɔfo ɛbɔ ne mba ho srabenhyia na mombra na mombɛka nhwɛ ɛno nti ɛnɛ yɛto nsa frɛ mu nyinaa a moayɛ krado mote ha na moasiesie mu ho sɛ nea mote ɛnea moba bɛka nhwɛ no ɛyɛ nokware anaa na yenim yese a new chapter, a new direction, a new philosophy. Ena ene yeba beti na insheswa ehye yenso bandage a yakom a yaji ho bia yenje no ebra onyankopon akoa ebe sore gina na wakasa nyankopon kasa fa ni mu na odi bebe wie no enne minim se ye mu bebre wo ha afi ye da nyumno ya ye beda aka se ya ti onyankopon ene menche no meda ne akasemu no na mediama MC no medama ase
oh wo betimi aye no iye asense you woni mebegina ha no se wo hwe amekasa na mano erefomfom izan se brofo de kama no a na meye ya na mehwe akrachefo ne mabia ne chese na se meka brofo nti meka na enko mamuhui na yenwura Samson wa ma adwuma na ye mre okra ewi yebeje yeni papa izan se mepe akankasa eno no eye fi brofo na ye den no e de aba me amedim ti se wutwa fufu na refi unsa ato na ekoto nkwan mu a ene na ne dia enen sabri ye hu ne enti aye wa na ewom se yen papa yen agya opening Jan Baffour na se Baffour Jan doctor ya tenenka dodo na ya tenekasa ansa na obebe ikura na ye bo ne kasa ne bi wa kasa munum ne yetie ene ade mpempi no eya na ota aka brofo ne zanse eno na akwa Ghana man nyina ye nkasa edikan ena yakoye manfra ne nso nti ne amekan kura bi a na okra ne bi wa ha na ne ye de ne se me Ghana kasa bi amekan bi meka frafra meka pepe meka dagbani meka bribia enti no be bia doc ede be fe bia se wo ho na wonte a wo ma wonsa so na wo kire me kasa a wo kan enye den kura me kire ma kire se be ye nyina ye be fi ha na obi ni ho a ne nsa dem na nso ya ye den ye de agya no wo se wonsa dem a wo ni nya o sabri ya mere nsa ebre no me pese ye be frɛ ye nua bia bi obi asima eye owura yere ewurabna denchi mensa ye mfa nsembo enchi ane kwan ono no onim n'agya ono de ne papa ankasa eneti hwe enti obeda na di e de akyerɛ yen madam asipi se me kan se ne ho ye fɛ ne se mahu se ne ho ye fɛ nso ampa ne ho twa era
enya madam asipi your friend me Irabna Denchi Mensa and actually me de brofo ni chi ne befra kakra about 5 years ago or even a few years ago Say yɛhyia for the purpose of talking about anything about wellness, a different understanding of spirituality. Na akoye sadi a yɛntumi ka ho asɛm. But for some reason, we are all gathered here in the holiday, and for everyone to come here and want to have this discussion means a lot. It means that somehow we have all questioned the system. We've questioned everything we came to meet, everything we were taught. And to dare to question the system is a sign of bravery. And see, say your question, you take initiative to even go and research and come here in our numbers, it means that we are all winning. So thank you very much for making yourself available for this program. Now, I always say that we are in the best of times. We are, right? Yes. To have such a gift in our country, it's not an easy thing. So just a little about our father, our leader, our pathfinder, who is taking us back to source. He's been into spiritual enlightenment, I would say, all his life. You know, these kind of things, you don't just wake up and do it. You are born with it. From childhood, you are just a different person. And he's been into it all his life. He was in the health medical department in Kolebu for a while. And I think it got boring. And he realized that there was more to life. There was more to this whole chemical medicine and all that. So he dived into natural ways of healing through meditation, through using herbs and water and all that. And he went into it for quite a while. He established other programs. In your money, dear doors, so what I would say is we have a gift. We have a treasure. And we get these kind of things once a while. It doesn't happen often. Whatever you are seeking is seeking you. Obia wa behavior wo bibia wo nenisuntia wo de baha. Inti I would say semumbie makumem. Forget about everything that is happening in the house. Forget about politics and everything and just open your heart and be receptive for what he's going to share with us. Because it is actually manna, it is jewelry, it is something precious. Because the best thing you can ever get is your freedom, right? And he is here to take us to full realization, where we don't have to watch our back. We don't have to think twice before we do good to anyone, because we are all waking up, we are all enlightening, we are all attaining a full realization. So let's just, with so much love and humility, let's stand up on our feet and welcome our Father, our Papa, our teacher, our pathfinder.
Let go
Let go
whatever
whatever
blocks my peace.
rocks
I
I
let go
let go
whatever
whatever
blocks my joy.
rocks my joy.
I
I
let go
let go
whatever
whatever
blocks my love.
of my love.
I am peace
I am peace
itself.
itself.
I am love
I am love
itself.
itself.
I am joy
I am joy
itself.
itself.
That is what I am.
That's what I am.
Era, thank you very much. You may take your seat. Okay, so before Daddy begins, my attention has been called to the fact that we have a number of us who are not very comfortable with the tree. So we will have to blend, as Era tried to do, so that all of us will benefit together. Thank you very much. May we take our seat.
Yes. As you are here, it means you are seeking. There was a time somebody said, seek and ye will find. Ask and it will be given. Knock and it will be opened. So if you are in life thinking what to do, you ask yourself, I don't know anymore what to do. The answer is seek, and you will find. Then the second question is, seek what? Because if somebody asks you, seek, definitely you should ask him, seek what? Then he says, seek first. See, using the word first means there are many things you can seek. But seek first the kingdom. And all the rest you have been seeking, you will get it. Now you ask another question. You use a big word, kingdom. Kingdom, where is it? Where can I find it? Then the answer came again. If anybody comes to tell you the kingdom is low here or there for the eyes to see, tell the person he is a liar. The kingdom of God is within you. He answered like this. So, if you are there, you don't know what to do in life, you're confused. He tells you silently, seek, and you will find. Then you ask, seek what? And he says, there are many things to seek, but seek first the kingdom, and the rest will be added. Now, where is the kingdom? And he tells you, it's not something you look here or there. Sometimes the beliefs of people. If you are to tell them the truth, they will pick stones and try to stone you. And that is what was happening at that time. So he had to reserve a lot of the truth. Later on, he told the disciples, I have a lot more to tell you, but you are not ready. You are not ready. So, if you think all that was said was enough, then it's unfortunate, because if everything is there, you wouldn't be told to seek. And if everything is outside, he wouldn't tell you it is inside. The first thing is inside. The other things are outside. Seek first the one which is inside. If you miss it, all the other things are zero. You see, when you have zeros, if you place 1 in front of the zeros, they have value. That is the time the zeros get value. So that 1, which is within, is what you should seek first. Once you get it, all other things follow. The zeros, now they have meaning. You can add many zeros and they become meaningful. If you miss this one thing, it will be like somebody chasing his shadow and thinking one day he will catch his shadow. As you go, the shadow also goes. So it's an illusion. If you miss that one reality, one truth, all other things, they are equal to zero. And they keep frustrating you because you think they are real. And then, along the line, you realize you have been cheated. What you thought is something is nothing. But really, if you can get that one, we call the kingdom. In fact, when we say kingdom, it means king and then the other things. The truth is that what is inside you, when you say I, the body is excluded. The mind is excluded. That I is beyond these things. When you don't realize that truth, then when you say I, it is a combination of mind and body. But those are the zeros. They are part of the zeros. And the I is behind it. You know, when somebody leaves the body, the I has left and the zeros are left behind. We know it. This I, this one I, that is the topic. That is the topic. Imagine you are seated on the chair and you drop a precious thing, maybe a jewel, something. You drop it on your chair or under your chair. And then after a while, you remember you are missing that thing. So you start thinking, this whole world, you get up and you are going to look for it. If you are given 1 billion years, will you find it? Because where it is where you got up to look for it. So you go through the whole world and you don't get it. It's right here. So the eye, if you bypass it, hoping you get peace, because its qualities are peace. Just like a flower. A flower has a nice scent. So the eye, the scent from the eye is peace. The scent from the eye is love. The scent from the eye is joy. So if you miss it, you can never find peace anywhere. If you miss it, you cannot be joyful anywhere. It's only very loosely resemblance of the peace. Something resembles something, but it is not that thing. So we chase it thinking this is where the happiness is, and in the long run we see that we are cheated. We're cheated. It's not there. So in the very first place we missed it, and we thought it is elsewhere. So whatever your senses are telling you, the sense of sight, the sense of hearing, these are external, and they are the things we follow. But in actual fact, what we are looking for outside is inside you. So it is very tricky, very, very tricky. Most of the time, those who have walked this planet and they know the truth and they want to teach it, they had tough time. Tough time. Why? Because it has taken long for people to keep in the mind, record in the mind that there is something out there that will make you happy. Something out there that will give you peace. Something out there that will give you love. It's recorded deeply within our minds. And that is the problem. If you speak something that is not recorded in the person, then either he gets angry or he walks away. Even though you're talking the truth, because he has not been made to keep that in the mind, then it is not something to accept. So always people miss the truth. They miss the truth. Yes. Let us look at something. If you get a picture of somebody, the moment you show the picture to somebody and you ask, do you know this person? You know who this person is? Then you say, yes, it is this person. You mention the name. Now, let us be realistic. When you take that picture and you tear it to pieces, Has the person been torn into pieces? Has the person been torn into pieces? No. No. The picture. Yet we say, this is him. Sometimes in the album, show to the family or to people, they say, oh, that is him. That is her. You mention the name. You're saying that is her? Okay, you pick it, tear it into pieces. You turn the person into pieces. No. So, something is happening in our minds about reality versus what is not real. We accept the unreal as real, and the real itself is somewhere. So the picture is accepted to represent the person, and it gets to the point we think that is him, that is her. But in actual fact, he or she is somewhere else. The same thing is happening spiritually. Your body and mind. These are things you point to as me, I, so and so. So when it is torn to pieces, it's the same story. The real you is not torn into pieces. So it is something we record to such an extent that it is deeply believed. I am. And that I am is this body. See? So, the kingdom, king, and what it rules, that I rules over all these zeros, these things which you can tear apart. The king rules over all these. That is spirit. When it is in control of his kingdom, the kingdom is these lower energies, lower frequencies. These are all energies in different forms, and spirit rules over them. So spirit is a king. But the thing is, unless you withdraw your attention from your subjects, you don't even know your own self. We become so absorbed in the world that we forget even who we are. I will give you another analogy. Let us look at a human being. You are here. There is a mirror, big mirror. You look inside a mirror and you see yourself. So, somebody looking in the mirror and seeing your form there, you say, that is you. Now, you yourself, you say, that is me. Now, this me, just pull the mirror away. Am I gone? I am here. I'm not gone. The mirror, I moved it away, and that which I call me is no more there. So, your spirit is using the mind as a mirror. Your mind is a mirror to the spirit, and the outer things you see, they are projections of your own mind. See, when you look in the mirror, let's say you have 2, 3, 4, 5 mirrors. You look here, you are inside a mirror. You look here, you are inside a mirror. You look here, you are inside a mirror. Now, let us say one mirror is very clear, clean. The other mirror, there is some dust. The other mirror, really a whole lot has covered it. Then the other mirror has cracked. Now I look here, clear. Then I say, that is me. Now I look here, there is dirt in it. I say, that is me, but actually, see, how you are seeing yourself is depending on the mirror. Now you get to another point, you look inside, you don't even see yourself. Then you see the other mirror cracked. And you see yourself cracked. You see yourself in sections. Now, is it true you are in sections? No. The mirror is telling you you are that. There was a small child. He went to look into the mom's mirror, very big mirror, and the mirror had cracks. So the child ran to the mom and said, Mom, I have about 3 heads. Come and see. I have 3 heads. You know, and the mom was, what nonsense are you telling? He said, it's true. I have 3 heads. Then the mom said, let's go. What is that nonsense? They went and then he said, look. I have 3 heads, 1 here, 1 there, 1 there. And the child can have the tendency of believing it, especially if you were to place that there for a baby growing up, and all the time, all the baby sees is a cracked mirror with himself or herself in different sections. He or she will record, and she can grow up with the feeling that she is three-headed person. See? The scientists, they did some example, and it was amazing. They took a baby, and they turned the baby upside down. When it was time for the baby to crawl and start to walk, and they held the baby upside down all the time, and they had a way to be feeding the baby, but always keeping the baby's legs up and the hands down. You know, some wonderful thing that happened. After some time, the baby managed to balance itself on the hands, and the head was down, and it was making movements with the hands, and the legs were up. And it believed this is normal. That is the belief of the baby. It grew with that. And this way, the baby thought the other people are upside down. When his head is down and he's seeing people like they are upside down. You see? It's funny. And it's the recording. The recording in the mind. It means what you put in the mirror, how you keep your mirror, that is how you see things through the mirror. So the mind is the mirror. And what you are seeing is just a projection through your own mind. Mind is the medium of creating all things. Mind. Mind. It's in between the great spirit and the projections, the things that you call creation. Mind is the medium through which all these things are happening. So what you record for yourself, it will start to manifest externally for your vision to see that this is that, this is that, this is that. But when the mind is removed, all these things vanish. All that you are seeing, when mind is removed, they don't exist. So mind is something we need to study very well. If you record, let me use the word negative thoughts and feelings, you preserve them in your mind, then negative things will be seen in the mirror. In the mirror. Take, for example, people go to the news stand. And from morning, you come to the news stand, and it's like, what is the bad news today? What didn't go well? And a whole lot. What is there for us to complain about? So it's like we are negative-minded. It's recorded. Therefore, we will see those things. They will appear. They will actually become real. If you believe when you hit your foot, then it is the witches. Whatever happens is the witches. It is the Satan. Truly speaking, babies or children, when you tell them you are a grown-up, when you tell them there is, hey, don't pass here. There is a terrible creature called Kakai. The child shivers. Kakai is afraid. But in reality, there's no Kakai. But a child can record it, and the next time he's to pass that side, he's afraid. He said, Kakai is there. Yes. Recordings. That is what sometimes is called brainwashing. That means something is put in the brain, in the mind, clearing off anything positive, and you put negative there, and it will work. It works wonderfully. You see the person, he can get up very angry because of something recorded. Somebody will get up very joyful because of something recorded. Right now, if you pick some news from your phone, definitely, if it is good news, you hear it and you jump up and you are happy. But the point is, the very same thing you heard and you are happy, another person may hear it and get sad. Let's say two people are looking for a job. They go for an interview. And let's say somebody is already at the work, but the boss wants to replace the person. But he tells the person, if I don't get somebody, then I'll keep you for the rest of the year. But if I get somebody, then psych your mind that you are out. Now, imagine this person happens to be at the same place the one who came for the interview, and the man you have been taken. He will be in joy. The same sound enters the other person's ear, and he's sad. I hope you understand me. The same sound. The other one is jumping up. The same sound entered the other's ear and is down. So we have problem with the recordings in our minds, because the other one has recorded in the mind that if this person is taken, that is my end. That is his recording. And the other one, if I'm taken, then I get a job. That is his recording. So what you record can give you problem. What you record can give you joy. The mind. We've recorded so many things which are really unfounded. That means they don't really matter. They are non-essentials. The essential thing is here. All these other things are non-essentials. It doesn't mean that you have nothing to do with the world and all the things. No. Say, seek this one first. That is just a simple instruction. After that, the rest is for you. Now, let us go a little deeper with the mirror analysis. If you have about 10 buckets, you fill them with water, and let's say it is the afternoon, and the sun is in the sky. When you look in this water, the sun is there. You look here, the sun is there. You look here, the sun is there. You look here, the sun is there. If the buckets are 10, does it mean there are 10 suns in existence? Listen to it very carefully, because there is a secret in it. All these buckets carry the sun inside. So 10 buckets with 10 suns. But then the true sun, can we say there are really 10 suns? No. See, there is only one presence in existence. That is what our forefathers and even people present are giving names to that one. They say God. And he projects this mirror. The mirror is the mind. And then he sees himself in these mirrors, plenty mirrors. And he sees himself inside all these mirrors. And the reflected self of God in the mirrors is the plenty persons you are seeing. But the reality is one. Not two, not three. So, when you want to see that one, then the containers of water, pour the water from it, Now you look inside, no sun, no sun, no sun. Then somebody taps you and say, you are not missing the sun. Look up. And he said, oh, so it's only one sun. All along I thought it's many. So the various mirrors reflecting the truth, we take it to be real. It's only when all these things are dissolved, when the mind is pulled away, then you tend to look at the correct source, the original source, and it is only one. Only one. See? So, in truth, you are what you call yourself is just a reflection of God. When the mirror is taken, the mind is pulled away, and the eye now turns attention to the eye. You see that only one eye, and that is God. That is why at that stage you can say, I and the Father are one. Not two, not three, not four. It's stages. It is a stage where you remove the mind, the mirror. That is where now when you can experience I, that I has merged into only one I. And the other person does the same, and there is only one I. That is why you're told again, if somebody comes to ask for water, is thirsty, and you don't give, then later you come to the one who has realized the I, and he will tell you, I came for water from you, and you denied me. And you say, when? I never saw you. The truth is that the I gets expanded fully to its original nature when it is cleared of this mental sheet which is covering. You know, sometimes when you look around, this side is white. Right now, if you are to give me goggles, spectacles, which are colored, let's say it's colored red, I will turn here and I will see red, 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 red. But in truth, is the place red? No. It's an illusion. Not until I remove the goggles before I see, oh, it is white. So the person you are seeing is actually God reflected. So if you want to really look for God, the reflection is a pointer. But in actual fact, it is very difficult to actually see the reality with the reflection. But it is a yes and no. Yes and no in the sense that that thing in the bucket, that thing in the mirror, it is not the sun. Yet it is the sun in one sense, because it's a resemblance of the sun. So, if you want to get the correct resemblance of God, then you clean the mirror so that the reflection in the mirror is actually a reflection of God. Are you with me? So the mind needs cleansing. When you clean the mind, then the reflection of God comes forward more for you to see. And everywhere you turn, you are seeing God. When the mind is not clean, when the mind is harboring hatred, when the mind carries anger, carries fear, these things are the dust in the mirror. The dust in the mirror will not let you see the actual reflection, the true reflection. The process of cleansing the mind is something we need to seek. The more the mind gets cleansed, the more your vision changes. And you see a person, now you see the person shining like God because you have actually cleansed your mind. And you see the person carrying a huge light around the person. He now resembles God. You know, the same thing happened years ago when sometimes I make references to the scriptures. The apostles of the Christ, they went into the room for 30 days, and the techniques that the master had taught them to clean the mirror, they did it, but at the end of the 30 days, they look at each other, and it's God they are seeing. Bright light, powerful. Are you with me? Something has to happen. Something has to happen to bring the truth out. You see, he knew that the apostles, the time they were walking with him, they were still harboring a whole lot on their minds, because they came from Judaism and they believed, for example, if you are not circumcised, then God hates you. You can't come near God. God's word is not for you. You are a lost person. They have different belief systems which were unfounded. It has nothing to do with the truth. So the master had the difficulty giving deeper things. That is why, at a point, he told them, I have a lot to tell you, but you are not ready. Somehow, what I'm telling you now, the master demonstrated, because he wanted them, he picked 3 of the the disciples. Pick three of the disciples: Peter, Andrew, John. He took them to some place, a mountainside. You see, not all the time the master will teach by speaking. Sometimes he will do certain things, and you need to be observant and you learn. So, what he did, he got to the place and he said, "Stand here." Then he went forward a bit. Then, how he resembles God, because he tuned in to a very high frequency. And at that point, so much light around him. And he became visible to the disciples. He became visible to the disciples. And they look at each other. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? What is that around the master? So much light. So much light. So much light. And then the master was teaching. He didn't want to let them think that only he has it. So, see, on that level, even when you have a thought, immediately the thought happens, because you reflect God. There, he thought of Moses, and immediately Moses appeared. And light, light, light. Then, he thought of Elijah, and Elijah appeared. Light, light, light. He was teaching. He is not the only one having it. Everyone. But when the mirror is dirty, you don't reflect God. God is the only one, and he looks in these mirrors. So you are just the mirror. Your mind. When you say I, and you are referring to your mind and body, and he is looking through you, through the mind. So the real self behind everything is God. And it's only one. Names don't matter. Names don't matter. I'm telling you the truth. The point is this. When he had not projected the mind and the whole thing, were there any reflections? No. So when there were no people, no humans, who called him a name? Is there reflections that call him a name? But when the reflections are not there and only him, what is his name? Think about it. Reflections give him a name. That is the original one. The reflection is going to pass away, but the original one, do you give him a name? Now, when all reflections are gone, what is his name? Who is there to call him a name? Are you with me? He's beyond names. He's beyond names. It may be new to you as you are hearing, but the truth is that the person whose mirror is totally clean, he reflects God fully. So that person, we can adore him, but in truth, the truth is that he wants you to clean your mirror like his own. He's not looking for adoration. Are you with me? He's reflecting God fully. He doesn't have limitations. So, see, when somebody has limitations, then when you give him something, he gets happy because the limitation is being removed. He's hungry, you give him food. Whatever he lacks, you give him, and he gets happy. You give him name, and let's say, excuse me to say, the chief or the king, we adore them and they are happy. We give them certain names and they are happy. Now here is a person, he's fully expressing God. So is he expecting anything to make him happy? No. You are not happy because your mirror is reflecting so many negative things in your way. So he comes and says, please listen to me, do this, do that, clean, 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 and you see the real self. And then they say, we are not going to clean. We are praising you, your mirror. You are wonderful, you are great, you are this, you are that. We're not going to clean our mirrors. Amazing. Amazing. Very sad. And then we will continue to suffer. Continue to suffer. It's come to show the way that when your mirror is clean, you are powerful. Because the whole sun is shining inside that mirror, very clear, very powerful. But the same power is in you. If you clean it, you do greater than I came to do. Didn't you hear it? Oh dear. If what he came to do, if really you follow well, you can do greater. What a humble soul. What a humble soul to tell you the truth. He's so compassionate. He's telling you the absolute truth. That you are like him. Unless you do the right cleansing. You see, God being one, when he looks in the clean mirror and he's reflected in it, he's happy seeing himself in the mirror that is clean. So he can say, my beloved mirror. Are you with me? My beloved mirror. For that one, when I look inside, it reflects me fully. The other mirror, don't want to look. Don't want to look there. It's having cracks and my head is cracked and all that. It's so dirty inside. There are spots, certain spots inside, and it's like I'm looking something. You see? That is the difference. The message has not been understood. They think he wants worship. For what? Not those who say, Lord, Lord. Those who do, who clean. And they also show their divinity. But lo and behold, they're recording. Because of Judaism, the belief system they had, it's handed over, and they were just looking for somebody to come and fight the Romans. And here comes somebody coming to teach you not to fight, but clean your mirrors. And the Romans will vanish from your sight. Clean your mirrors and you won't see the crooked things anymore. This is misunderstood. The message is misunderstood. It says, be ye perfect, even as the Father is. Your mirror clean, reflect the Father perfectly. Are you with me? Be ye perfect, even as the Father is. That is his message. All the other messages, most of them were projected from belief systems. They were put in by belief systems. But the essential thing that will liberate you, that will set you free, one has to know. So, brothers and sisters, it is really pathetic the direction the world is going. People are throwing more and more dust into their mind, more negative thinking, hatred, anger, fear, all over. And once the mind is cramped with these things, externally you will see crooked things more and more. It becomes a vicious cycle. The more you dirty the mirror, the more you are going to see crooked things in the mirror. The liberation we need is that cleansing of the mind, the mirror. And when it is done, the mystery, then the shining of the sun inside the mirror, the qualities of the sun will be realized. The quality of the sun is like brightness. Now you look in the mirror, very bright light, the sun. The quality of the sun is heat. So it reflects it. Whatever its quality is, it reflects it. So the sun is God, and I'm using that as an analogy, of course. I know you understand. So its reflection, the medium must be very, very clear, transparent. Sometimes you ride in a vehicle and they have a glass we call tinted glass. Tinted glass, you look inside it, yes, especially if somebody is outside and is looking inside, it's like something there, but it's not seeing what exactly, who is inside there. You can't see properly. But when the glass is plain, they say, yeah, so and so is there. See? So the mind, conditioned minds, conditioned to think in particular lifestyle, particular ways, which is not true. That is why it says, majority the way, which is very broad. Don't think the way to that experience is all over everywhere you turn. No. It has to be sought. It has to be sought. So, brothers and sisters, this is the reason that master was not understood. If he was understood, I tell you, the world will be different. He said, know ye not that ye are gods? What more should he tell you? You are a reflection of God, but know ye not that? He's telling the people, because their minds, their mirrors are dirty, they carry it around. When you have a door and you have a key, when you turn the key to the left, maybe it locks the door. Now, the opposite, you turn it right, then it opens. So if you are seeing many negative things in life, it means one side of the mind, things you have recorded in the mind, certain aspects are actually prisoning you, locking you in. So you are imprisoned, you are locked. Now the other side, you turn it, it is open. So if your mind is filled with good thoughts, good emotions, definitely you have opened yourself. When it is filled with negative thoughts and emotions, you have locked yourself. And majority have locked themselves. We need to know what to do to open the door. In fact, when a tree is growing up, it gets to the point where it bears fruit. When it bears the fruit, if the fruit happens to be not yet ripe, it can be bitter. But when it becomes ripe, it is sweet. It's sweet. So, in our lives, if we have the negatives in our minds, we still have some way to go where the bitter side, we cross it, and then we ripen, and then we are sweet, we are peaceful, we are loving, we are joyful. We need to cross. Sometimes people think, oh, we found the truth, and that is it. What is the proof that you found it? Now, especially a farmer, or even with a charcoal fire, when the fire is not yet full, when it hasn't really come up well, there will be smoke. But when the fire is fully alight, it glows, and there is no smoke anymore. We are on a journey. We are moving. Where we have reached, the fire in us is not fully lighted. So the smoke is all these things: anger, fear, sadness, all these distresses. That is it. It means we still have some of the journey to go to make the fire, big fire, no more smoke. It's the same thing like what I was telling you about cleaning the mind. Once it is done, now you see the sun clear, or you see the self clear inside it. So the same thing. It means one has not reached there. If you can be angry, look at yourself. If you can be angry, if you can be sad, if you can be afraid, if you can have anxiety, then you can be sick. These things are sicknesses. They are the root of all sicknesses. If you don't have it, you cannot be sick. Impossible. Impossible. If your mirror is clean, if your fire is without smoke, that fire, if the fruit is ripened, if it becomes ripe, it is sweet. So if there is bitterness, then know that you still have a journey to go. You are still heading towards ripening. The unfortunate thing, there is something we call pride. What it means is, where we are, we think that is the end of the journey. So we become proud. But once you can be angry, it means you haven't reached. There is smoke. The fire is not full yet. If you can be sad, the great ones, great master, when sometimes you see that he demonstrates something like anger, I tell you, there's an act. He just acted. He's not angry. You can't be angry. It is impossible to be angry. When you cross, it's like the fruit is sweet. That is its nature when it is ripe. So it cannot be ripe and be bitter at the same time. The fire cannot be full and still be smoking, having smoke. Sorry. You see? No. Sometimes some of these belief systems will tell you God has become angry. All these are elementary religion. I'm telling you the truth. He never becomes angry. He's beyond anger. He's beyond fear. He's beyond sadness. He's only manifesting the scent, beautiful. That is, the scent is love coming from him. The scent coming from him is peace, peace, peace. What is coming from him is joy, joy, joy. Not smoke. not smoke. It's a belief system. It was handed over, the belief system was handed over from the Judaism and all these other elementary religions. When something is happening to you, it's not that he is angry. See? It's not that. But it's the laws. The laws that when, for example, your mirror is cracked, you are going to see a cracked person. And then you shiver. Why all this? It's your mirror which is cracked. That is making you see like this. Sometimes, I remember one child, he was sitting behind the telly, watching the telly, and all of a sudden, some very terrible thing was shown on the telly. He got up and ran. He was going. But the thing is, he thought that thing is coming to catch him. So he ran away. So sometimes the belief system, the child believes that thing coming from the telly is coming after him. So he ran away. See? We have certain children, they see their shadow and they cry. They walk away. See, it's all illusions. So whatever the child is going through, it is ignorance. It's not true, but it's ignorance. That is why it is said again in the scripture, because of lack of knowledge, my people perish. Yes, lack of knowledge. If somebody is a lecturer, a graduate, maybe a professor, he has the children in the house, his own children. He wants to teach them. One day he sits with them, and then he says, A, B, C, D, and then the child will repeat, A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, and say 1, 2, 3. Now, does it mean this is all the knowledge of the professor? No. Those who are listening, they can't take more. And he said it. He said, don't cast your pearls among the swine. What does it mean? It means something precious. Don't give it to swine. Swine doesn't know even the meaning of what you are saying. See? So, because of that, there were many things reserved. Many things reserved. And the present people don't know. They inherited just what the ABCD. And they think that is all. So, you are here today. You want to go beyond ABCD. You want to really bring total change into what you are seeing in the mirror. You want to change everything. And it's, you have to know how to begin to do that. Because the instructions will be there. Take the duster and then get to the mirror. Yes, stand there. Now clean. Or maybe put it in water. Do this, do that. With some soap. Do that. Clean, 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 clean. Then take the napkin and just get it clear. Then now look inside it and say, wow. That is what happened to the apostles. They look at each other at that time and say, wow, what am I seeing? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? And the other one will say, yes, I'm also seeing. That is it. That is it. So you don't leave these things alone and expect that you see in your mirror something wonderful. No. It will continue. The story will continue. Your life story will continue like that. But you can really reflect the greatest power, because it is only one power in existence, not two. Only one. And in the long run, finally, even the mirror that is clean, finally, the mirror has to be put aside, and it remains only the real thing, which originally was there and got all these reflecting mediums. So it becomes like a drama he was watching. He looks here, and here we are with a mirror reflecting myself. And then he looks here, and here is a mirror. Yes, something else. So there is all a drama going on. And some begin to awaken. They begin to awaken. Now they realize, no. It is too much what we are passing through. We need to really do something about it. But still, what to do? You don't know what to do. And sometimes the projection of the Great Spirit to show what to do. And that is favor. That is favor. So, I would like you all to pick the various simple techniques to cleanse the mirror of your mind. Sometimes the only method that is known to the public is fasting. But I tell you, it is one of the elementary practices. Fasting, if you are fasting and the mirror of your mind continues to be dirty, it's useless. Useless. Let me give you an example. Sometimes we have something we call disaster. Let's say there is flood, or there is a war. There is war going on. Like I think now some is happening somewhere in the world. See? Now, there will be some people for one whole week, he has not eaten. 2 weeks, he has not eaten. But, do you know something? In his mind is worry. In his mind is anxiety. In his mind is fear. In his mind is anger. They killed his dear friend. They did this, they did that. So he's angry, but he's not finding food to eat too. Now, if he doesn't eat for 2 weeks, do you think he will be advanced? Is he going to advance? No, his mirror is not clean. So, it is not fasting your body that is the topic. It is what goes on, what is coming from inside. Didn't the master say, not what goes in, but what comes out? So from the inside, the mirror inside, that is where the problem is. So If you fast your body and you don't know the technique for cleaning the mind, it's a waste. You're disturbing your body for nothing. See? If you are able to do a little cleansing of your mind, there will be a little breakthrough. If you clean it more, there will be more breakthroughs spiritually. Because the truth will be shining forward. The truth will become manifest. Yes. And everyone can do it. Everyone. And your life story will change. Your life story will change. There's nobody sitting in the skies who is monitoring your life and saying, give him punishment. Do this to him. Give him this. No. If your mirror is clean, clean things are seen inside it everywhere you go. If your mirror is dirty, dirty things you will be seeing. That is it. There are laws functioning, and the laws are dealing with people. Nobody is sitting anywhere calculating. Nobody. He has no time. The only time is to calculate people's mistakes and this and that, and then hit him. No. Untruth has become truth. And truth is left behind. So, as we are yearning to grow, even like us, as we call ourselves, let's say African, Ghanaian, yes. The recordings from the ancestral side, when you are born, the same is pushed into you. The baby starts with a clean mirror. And then, when he's growing up, we do things that frighten the child. So fear comes. It's one of the things. It's a small dent in his or her mirror. Then, a whole lot of things go on. Then we teach the child. The child is so free. The mirror is clean. Then he goes to play with another child whose mirror is clean. And the mom will say, those people, don't go near them. They are devils. They are devils. He insulted me the other day. So, it is we who start to let the child pick things. So the next time he is going there, he remembers, mom says, then he goes back. He's afraid. We put fear in them. Fear, anger, all these things, they are dead in your mirror. Don't think they are normal. You see, in a sense they are normal, in a sense they are not. When the fire is not well lit, it is normal that it will have smoke. But it shouldn't end smoke. Then the fire is not actually becoming, it's not lighting well, isn't it? Now the fruit it remains green, it's not turning to become ripe. Even you look at it, this fruit, maybe something is wrong with it. I'll have to just remove it. It's not ripening. It should ripen within 1 month, but it is 3 months. It's not ripening. Maybe we have to even cut the tree down. It's of no use. And the master also mentioned it, that the tree that doesn't bear fruit must be cut down. He said, don't, prepare the light and put it under a bushel. Raise it and let it shine. You read this and you are thinking of light, a lamp or something. It's you he's talking about. You should resemble God. You see, your light should shine. Okay. Yes. So he went on to say some other things, but people never understood. You see, the point is that he spoke in Proverbs. Why did he speak in Proverbs? Have you asked yourself? Because when the truth is too clear, they will take stones. What is this nonsense he's telling us? So he had to hide it in Proverbs. He said, when the salt loses its taste, there's nothing. It's like something to throw away. So how you resemble God when it is no more there, then you walk through the world like nothing. Are you with me? You have to put it all in proverb form. Because there were people around so ignorant, and they had recorded excuse me to use the word nonsense all along. And they hear the truth and they will take stones. What is he saying this? We have never heard this before. Who is he? Truth is truth. Truth is truth. The point is, when untruth is going on, people keep on crying, and still they think the untruth is true. And that is where they never find a solution. We saw that when the master was taken and the soldiers, they were mishandling him, the proof that he was manifesting God is that the disciple was angry. He took a knife, went and cut the ear of a soldier, and the master took it and put it back. He is not angry. I hope you understand. He's not angry. He can't be angry. If he is angry, he's not mirroring God. He's not reflecting God. It's one of the highest miracles he made. just putting the ear back. In the middle of all the external situations, it's a lesson he was teaching with the way he left. It's a lesson that if the external is pushing on you, whatever it is, remain in that peace. Remain in that love. Don't dirty your mirror because of external things. Are you with me? And that is the extraordinary nature of that master. Extraordinary. So among all the miracles he made, the proof of his greatness is that particular miracle. In the middle of all the situations, he took the ear and put it back. That is the most wonderful. It is telling you he has no smoke. He has no smoke in him. When you remain in that situation, you may think it is impossible. It is not so. That is why he came to demonstrate. So he's just like what we call a measuring stick. He's showing that this is how you are. The Grace Spirit brought this person with a clean mirror to show that this is how you all should have your mirrors. But don't leave your mirror dirty and worship his own. Don't leave your own dirty and worship his own. Clean yours. Then he is happy with you. He's happy with you only when you clean your mirror. So, beloved brothers and sisters, time will not let us go far. But this is a beginning. Meeting you, and I'm making all the necessary arrangements so that there will be more to give you. And a lot depends on your very self. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. There are a lot of people among you who are actually getting ready. That is why I have been brought in. Christ was brought in because certain people were also going to benefit from his coming. So anytime certain are coming, don't look at it with the clouded mind. If you look at it with the clouded mind, it will be like goggles you are wearing. So you think this is that. Even they said it, that he was actually working the miracles because of demons in him. Yes, because those people have been having, their mirrors are dirty and they look through the mirror to, and when they see him as something else. So I'm here for you, and there's so much I want to give you, but it depends on yourself available, and you prepare your mind to understand. There will be some giving to understand. And when it is like that, you also become channels of service to the others who need to clean their mirrors. You have to clean yours first, because when excuse me to use the word, blind man leads other blind. They end up in a gutter or something. So you cleanse your mirror, then you help others to clean their mirrors. So that is not selfish. You start with yourself. It's necessary. But ensure, don't rush. I'm having a calling. God is calling me. Don't rush. Then you go, small thing you are angry. Small thing you are this and that. Your fire is still having smoke. You see? The young men, don't rush like that. You see, don't rush. Clean your mirror completely. And once it is done, you are empowered because the reflection of God. The reflection of God. There are people, when their mirrors are clean, the shining that is in them, even if they sit under a tree. We have masters of the past. Sometimes he sits under a tree which has not been bearing fruit. He gets up and walks away, and the next season that tree will bear fruit. Because the reflection of power of God is amazing in his work. And this world can be transformed. Ghana can be transformed. Africa can be transformed. And lo and behold, you can be the channels. You can be the channels so that the shining power will actually manifest. You may have questions, so I will stop at this point. But before I give over for the questions, I want you to know what I'm doing currently. I'm going to go around the regions, and the next that I have is Takoradi. Western region and central region are combined. They are hosting me on, I think, somewhere around the 30th of this month, 28th, 29th, 30th, or something like that. And then Sunyani, Bono East, Ahafo. They are also combined, and they will be in Sunyani. They've given me the date. I actually asked they themselves to give me a date, but I haven't confirmed it. It's said to be 3rd, 4th, 5th June. And then Kumasi, Ashanti, they are also coming out with their date very soon. And only yesterday, I had a date from UK. UK, they are organizing, and they are hosting me on the 12th, 13th. 12th, for them, they want 2 weeks. They say they want 2 weeks. So, on the 12th up to 26th, for them too, I haven't confirmed for them because I want to see how Ghana is going. But they are working on America, US, and Canada combined. They are also working seriously to receive me. And I'm having some projects also. The project is organic farms. Organic farms. See, when the spiritual light is shining through you, if you are eating chemicals and all those things, it has a little friction. See, It's like something trying to block the spreading of spiritual energy. Please, you understand? So we need to eat organic food. So I have started some farms, and those who know farming and they are doing nothing at this stage can meet me, and we work something out for them, especially the youth. And it's organic farms. We have one at from Suhum to Asama in that road. There's somewhere there. We have about 3 farms there, and we have an agric officer who is also, like my student also, and he is behind it, getting the original seeds and so on, and seedlings, so that we plant. And we will do it in the other regions. We'll get farms in other regions, and we will sell the food cheap for you. See, actually, things that are from the spiritual side, they are the cheapest, supposed to. See, the air we breathe is something, if you don't get, you cannot continue your mission here. Yet, it is made free. It is very valuable, but it is made free. So whatever I am doing is free. The only thing is that I engage people, and they have wives and children and other things, and they spend energy. They have to replace the energy with food. So sometimes you can support those farms as well. See? So I think that happens to be the announcement I want to make. Most of the people who want to meet me in connection with the farm should come tomorrow at 9 a.m. at my residence at Ajin Kutuku. So that is it. Thank you for coming.
I like that. Powerful presentation. Thank you very much, Father.
Patience Otu.
Yeah.
Nyampese mi wanna say, for me like this example, me we Baffour pa. So how do I control that?
More. That is good. It's a good question. See, I love such questions. The reason is that if somebody should ask, what is the distance from here to the moon? And the answer is giving you, what does it do to you? Any benefit? It is information. It doesn't do anything to you. It doesn't change your recording. But the question like this, the answer will shake you up and maybe help you to clean your mirror. See? So he has anger. It's very sincere. She's talking about it. The point is this. You have different woods. If you want to set fire, you may have a mango tree, you may have the neem tree, you may have a pear tree, and you join them together to make fire. You notice something. The smoke from them differs. Sometimes one makes more smoke than the other. You know? So the humans are like that. And the fire in us, some people, the smoke is more. And they need help so that we make the fire a bonfire. And then all the smoke will vanish. With that, you remember somebody was called Saul. And he was very, very terrible, angry about anything he hears about the master. Don't mention that in my sight. He will immediately attack. He had dirty mind, see? And the master shined the light upon him. And his own was opened. And the bonfire made his own smoke gone. I hope you understand. And he was no more angry. And the same person, he's different now. The very same thing he hated, now he's in love. So the higher can throw the strong light to clear for you. But then, that is what has caused the topic of worship. Because we need help. We want the higher to come down. But the thing is this. Even if the higher will come down, there are certain things behind it which most people don't know. It doesn't happen by accident. That particular soul, for example, Saul, it appears as if so much smoke, but in actual fact, the spirit behind is confused. He's yearning for the truth. He's been searching within himself, but he thinks it's something impossible, something that cannot be found. He's frustrated. Something was going on. And because of that, everything was annoying to him. So the master sees behind that the spirit itself is looking for truth, even though he's fighting the truth. You understand? Yes. So there must be a certain yearning, like the way you are here. That yearning makes it easier for these things to be cleared. That there are steps you yourself can be made to begin cleaning it. See? What it is your spirit shines, vibrates. It's just like a bulb shines. So when there is that kind of death, when you are inspired from within yourself and you intensify your own light, sometimes it brings about the cleansing. It brings about the cleansing. But most of the time, you can also have the help of one who has the cleansing done. See, that is why I want you all to become channels to help other people. So you cleanse yours and let the divinity shine. And then you can also help other people who are entangled in it. So that is the for you. You see, excuse me, the great mistake of the generation is that when somebody's mirror is dirty, the mind is dirty, instead of helping the person to clean it, we condemn the person. It's the opposite to the master's teaching. You see, it's opposite. Did he condemn Saul? No, he cleansed him and released him, liberated him. So you take the thing that shouldn't be there out of the person, free the person, But it's not like chastising the person, exposing the person, shouting at the person. No, 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 no. It's not the right thing. I hope you understand. I'm not here to talk about what is not right, but I'm here to talk about the right. But sometimes it's necessary to remind you where things haven't been going right. You see, yes. If you call, excuse me, I want to be frank, you see. When you call, let's say, the name Jesus and or the blood, and it should chastise somebody. Do you know something? It means you are angry with the person, you hate the person, so hatred and anger, your own death. Death in your own mirror. You are dirty. Your mind is dirty. You hate somebody. See, Christ didn't hate sinners. He didn't hate sinners. Why? Because hate is not in him. His mirror is clean. He can't hate. Impossible. When he shouted on people, like showing anger in the temple room and so on, it's not anger. It's an act. He acted. Sometimes you have children and they don't know things. For example, fire burns and it's going near it. You shout and you make a voice that will show that never go there. But it's not really that you are angry. So if you get to that stage, anger is impossible. Impossible. Therefore, sickness is impossible. Those things, they take the channel of your dirty mind and they happen. Doesn't darkness take advantage when the lampshade is dirty? When the lampshade becomes dirty, darkness comes. It takes advantage of it. So sickness comes, problems come because of this debt. Are you with me? Okay. The next question.
Doctor, I want to know why we dream, and when you have positive dreams, like maybe you are traveling or you are enjoying somewhere, and also the negative ones, maybe you are chased by a madman or something. Why do these things happen? Does it mean something bad is happening or something good is coming? Why?
Good. In fact, it's one area that a lot of things believed about dreams. What happens when you dream? I think somebody asked a question and I was talking about the mind stepping down, like step-down transformer. So we have a lower mind, higher mind, lower mind. And after lower mind, we have the body. So the body is the last frequency when things are slowing down. But the stories people are having in dreaming, negative and negative and negative, it is only showing that your low frequency, the body, you haven't put it in the best of shapes. You know, people, when they have high fever and other things, or they are sick. So the whole of the spirit energy is pushed to solve those things. So the spirit stays behind it, but it's not the self. Because so much is pushed to solve problems, and it gets confused, and it goes on and on. So the next layer, he will be mishandled. Then he will see things. You see some chasing him, chasing her, whatever. But in actual fact, when he gets out of that state and comes back into the body, then he can see and say, and then he say, that thing is gone. You see? So, in actual fact, that is the nature of that experience. But as to whether that thing foretells something coming, see, there is a saying that coming things throw down their shadows in front. Something that is coming, it throws its shadow in front. And where does that shadow fall? It is showing in the layer which in the dream you back off from the body, you go into it. So most of those things will frighten you, and it is something coming, and your spirit will sense it, and then you are frightened. And because the mind is already having recordings, the things you have recorded will be projected. So the thing that you are seeing, now you give it interpretation from your recording. Then it can be a witch. It can be this terrible creature. It can be this. It can be that, because that is your recording. That is your goggles. Your goggles will give you what you have put yourself in. But if you are fully yourself, these dreams, you don't have them. See? So it's a sign that there's some weaknesses that one has to clear. Even when you dream and you are seeing a terrible creature, or you are seeing an angel, it's also a recording. It's recorded in your mind. Because, let me give you this scenario. When you pull from the physical body into the next layer, which is the lower mind, that frequency, then if you have pulled with all your light energy, then like attracts like. Like attracts like. Haven't you heard that angels come to babies because their light is clear? They haven't dirtied it yet. So when you pull and you don't have plenty dirt on your mirror, then creatures who have also reached that level, they flock around you. And then because you've recorded angels have wings, then that creature takes the form of a winged person, and it's actually with a clean mirror. So he's a good creature because he's not having dirty mind. Now, if you come and the mind is so dirty and you are weak, I've told you, when the mirror is cleansed, you are empowered. When it is dirty, you are weakened. So if you are weak like that, you attract weak creatures. They also come and they look terrible because low frequency, and they have anger, they have fear, they have hatred. So they take the form of hatred beings that you have recorded in your mind. If your mind tells you angel looks dark, Satan looks dark, then that creature will come and he's dark. If you say angels look like white, then when you come to that state, the form it will take is angel form, and it will be white. So the mind, the recordings, that is where the problem is. See? So dreams, many of these dreams, they are projections of our own mind, recordings. Because The true God is neither male nor female. The true God, spirit, is neither male nor female. But we take these forms for particular assignments here in this world. The other day I was saying it is an insult to ladies, to the female, and we say God is male. It is an insult. It is a belief system. The true, when we say, for example, Jesus Christ, Jesus is the human side and Christ is the divine side. So Christ is beyond male female. But the Jesus is the male form on the planet. That is what we say, Son of Man. But he is also Son of God. He reflects God. So when he reflects God, he is Christ. The word Christ means God. Jesus is human like you and me here. But Christ is the divine reflection in him. And his mirror is pure. So he gets the full reflection of Christ. Are you with me? Yes. So anyway, your question, I've stretched it. But you can have some other question.
Masama mi bisa ne say betie wo YouTube. Na ya ba ha nyina no. Ye pesa abrabo yeye man. And he said life can be more better than this.
Yes.
Nti ne ye wa ha no. And the Bible no say the judge shall be delivered by his knowledge. Ujina onkuta hwe. Knowledge ne wo mu na do so say twim. Na uma e ba ku sempo a ya brabo be sisa forever. Sa na me hu no. Na me wa dance bi di. Minimum YouTube and I know will be interview MC Kofi. Uma one secret. Na sa secret no about a kwan a ye betime operating in a higher frequency. Iti me peke na obi na ne bayare oda na e chere we say yare boni bi abon pai wa ye fast there so ye bia wa ye wasu afi wa paba e na me ka chere say enchine ene cafe ene nyenya ukan timidi tumitrim me ye bi ema me nya dance ye say o ade na no kre iti me ye no me so me ka kire no ade na jai efi na ko ensi bio iti ya ba ha no me ya ukani nyina nsama ukani nyina emu do na niema wo mu no wudi bebre nso asie na mitie from different level madwen no anyway adwen na nyepe iti me to ase enti wudi school na wo kan ye beboka expensive. Education is expensive. We are ready to pay for it. Now, Nyamin Shraw. Now, the American say, young free hand corner. Me, I'm a bar, and you off, and there's a difference, bam. Oh, bounce. Now, many Kaba Kasama diachin. Because many kum a common son name modi item 30 by man found because a near man made chief room. A bro sicani near man life is more than sicani near my young because level now one who near me different. Maybe Ra who said programming more than 20,000, 30,000 ya spend wow. Michelle Macunia metis sure man when you be a make about 15 one ya spend or me. It imagine bubua. Why away? Because we operate in a higher frequency and you see different. It means so me person me yet send ya wo ye no. Na me boa obi na kanea no eja ne ye kese. Mi tiwe mi bumfu nti me nyare da. Ne wo kan nyina no mi so o ya mpa. Nya mi nhira wo. because practical asɛm na woka no yɛ practice a ɛmfa so yɛbɛnya wɔ asase wɔ so yɛyɛ hɔ yɛwɔ yɛbɛtumi asesa Ghana nyinaa yɛhia nnipa bebree kakraa bi enti wo deɛ mesrɛ wo mempɛ sɛ kasa no bɛyɛ tenten enti wo deɛ mɛtwa so na obi aka bi na mmom ansa ne yɛbɛpɔn no ɛnkyene ne coffee no ɛyɛ no yɛ phase 1 wowɔ nneɛma bi wɔ mu a wobɛtumi so ade ama yɛn me and me ba no no ofie na ɛsɛ difference bam because we can never be the same enti yɛkɔ a no wasa ama a secret code to operate in higher frequency nyame nhyira wo.
According to our religious sectors, we've had a lot of beliefs, and from these beliefs, it has made things difficult for us to even see the truths, even if we are coming nearer to them. So I have this question I want to know, not from the religious sector, but in general, as it is true or not. If we listen to the people who study astrology, they are saying that we are entering into the time of Aquarius. And in this time of Aquarius, reading from the planets and the moon, where they are falling now, from next year going, if we don't take time, there will be famine. From next year going, if we don't take time, there will be famine. So, I want to know, this famine that they are saying is coming, is it from what they are seeing? Is it going to come whether we like it or not? Or is going to be an effect of how we've destroyed our land and our water? That is what I want to know.
Yes. Actually, when a baby is in the womb of the mother, it takes 9 months. The whole creation, everything follows certain calculations. And after the baby has come out, we also see a certain number of weeks or months. Then the baby begins to sit, and at a stage begins to walk. So there is calculation that continues even after the child has been born. There are a lot of calculations that go on. There are the same going on everywhere. And we have sign language. Sign language. In fact, the sign language is everywhere you turn. When the mirror of your mind is cleansed and you look, immediately you capture the signs everywhere. And you know the next thing that follows. When that great master was going to be born, those who have studied the astrology, they were in the eastern part of the world. They saw in the sky certain signs, and they knew the meaning of it, that it means a very powerful person is descending into the world. So they knew where to trace, and they went and found a baby. But even in that same land, the people didn't know somebody has been born. They didn't know. They think, oh, people get born and somebody has born and so what. But 3 people from far away, they read from the sky, wow, something is happening. But others look, they don't see anything. See, that is the sign language. Now, they were not ordinary people. If I use the word ordinary, excuse me to use it. That means they were knowledgeable. They look in the sky and they can read. I always say the world, the whole world is a book or a film, a television. Something you are watching is going on. And there are always signs to announce the next thing. When you are watching documentaries, you see that sometimes part 1 has come and there is an interlude, and then when part 2 is coming, they show you some sign that now we are getting to part 2, isn't it? So life is like that. Where we have reached, there are signals in the atmosphere, and the next stage of the drama or the film is going to be shown. So it is true that a lot of things are going to happen. And normally we prefer bringing people up, that is, having your mirrors, the mirror of your mind cleansed, so that you also see. Instead of remaining that way, let me tell you what is going to come. You see, that is what has been going on. It doesn't help the people to also get to know. We need to bring the people up to the point where they can also see. But it's not that they should remain where they are and they are to be told what you are seeing. That is one of the problems that has been going on. Even when somebody can see, it doesn't help the people to reach where they can see, but rather they remain covered, and then you tell them what is coming. And sometimes they believe or not to believe because they are not seeing it. So anyway, everywhere you look, there is sign language. And even for example, my coming into the platform of life, of the drama at this stage, had all been announced in the atmosphere. Everybody, when you are going to awaken from the sleep you are in, there will be some signals on you, but you don't even know it. When you are coming out of the bondage, you are the next to awaken. When you have fruits and the next one to ripen, it shows some signs, isn't it? You look at the whole fruit, green, 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 but the next to ripen, you watch it and you say, this one by tomorrow it will be ripened. It will be ripe, isn't it? So most of you here, you are getting ready to ripen. That is why you are here. It's not accident. It's not accident. The sign is on you. You couldn't sleep. You could have slept all out and not come here. But something is pulling in you that says, go listen. So these are the sign languages. It's true that a lot of things are going to happen. And even my coming is one of the signs to tell you time is up. Time is up. Time is up. There are more things going to appear. And the secret is this. When people have their mirrors half clean and half dirty, they play life carelessly. It's like they don't care, like this we are doing here. But when the mirror is fully dirty, nothing works. Nothing works. that person stands the chance of finding, what should I do? That is the seeking spirit. Are you with me? The seeking spirit is not in certain people, but it's in certain people more than others. And most of those who have the seeking spirit, let me use the word, they are people who have hustled. They have seen a lot in life. They've gone the direction where frustration, everything is zero. They get the things and it passes from their hands. They just. So such people are preparing for cleaning. But those who have, they are half-half in it. They are carefree. But time is coming. Time is coming for them. They will also have tough time. And then they will be running. Where is the truth? What is it? They will be running. Now, if you go to them to tell them anything, forget about that. But the time is coming. When COVID came, see how many people now, what should we do? What is the truth? What is about this life? Why? And they were panicking. So they were ready because of problems. And therefore, that is the positive side of problems. If you have a cage and you have some animals inside, if the animals stay inside, you don't worry. But when they try to break the what do you call it? The cage. When they want to break it, the one which wants to break it, you throw a stone to hit it. Hey, don't go there. You see? So sometimes the laws of life will leave us. We use our free will until we worsen everything. Then nature will throw a stone on us. Then the direction you are going, hey, you can't go further. Enough is enough. And time is coming. A lot of people who are going the wrong direction, they will see enough is enough. They will get the stone kick. And they will be running to look for truth about life. Time is very close. Time is very close. You see, before I left here for the break, I was telling you about organic farms. It is about 5 years or more ago that I actually mentioned it to the agric officer to prepare the nurseries, make a farm of it, and that time is coming. Time is coming, we will use it. And 1 year came, 2 years came, 3 years came, and always he still kept on doing it, even though the time never came. This year I called him and I said, this is the year. So we are starting the farms, bring the seeds and the seedlings. See? So everything that is coming is known. And we need to position ourselves in such a way that it becomes advantageous to us. So that is your question. It is true. A lot of things are going to happen. They happen and it is advantage. COVID has advantage. It's awakening people. They were sleeping. Many were sleeping. And it's like, hey, what is it? You see? So more are coming. Come again. What must we do? Yes. You see, there is something about a problem. The problem is asking you a question. Where is your divinity? The divinity in you which has been covered. The problem is asking you a question. So when your divinity comes out, any need to ask you that question, so problem doesn't come. Problem doesn't come. So the solution is to clean and let everything, the divine, show itself. The divine is in you, and the problem faces you. Where is your, it's a question. Where is your divinity? When you show it, the problem will go away. See? But when he asks you that question and you have no answer, he keeps asking you, where is your divine nature? How you resemble God, where is it? See? So the solution is to let God manifest fully in you. Then it is ended. See?
My name is Ina.
Okay.
I want to find out whether you can open your mirror unintentionally.
When?
Unintentionally. Your mirror
Oh, okay. That's
because it happened to me 2012. Something started happening to me. Whenever I sit quietly, and I just see things. And by the time I realized it happens. So one day I was just there and I saw my husband being carried. That was 2012. Then I said, how can Papa Soda go like that? So I never took it to anything. So just 2015, then it happened. Then another thing also happened that around the same time I saw those things. So around that time, what was happening to me, I don't know, I don't understand. And I started questioning myself, whether it's a witchcraft or something. And I don't talk much, so I never discuss with anybody. I was just thinking. But now, the way I used to see it, I don't see it anymore. So does it mean that my mirror has become dirty now again? Or
good. There is one thing. If the mirror gets 100% clean, never again. Most of the time, if it is, let's say, 80% clean, it can change to become, when it is 80% clean, it means it is 20% dirty. You understand? Now, that one, the dirt can increase and change so that it becomes 30% dirty and 70% clean. It keeps changing because of what we meet in life. Somebody comes into your presence and he shows so many things that makes you bring out anger and other things. It's just like when you have water which is dirty and you keep it for a long time, the dirt will go down. So it will look like it is clean. When something shake it, then the dirt will come up. You see? But when the mirror is 100% clean, it means there is no dirt even under. You shake it, no dirt. That's why they were shaking Christ, and he will still take the ear and put. No anger. I hope you understand. But you had it naturally, but it is something that was not complete. So at any time, something can shake it back. And it happens to certain people. Sometimes they get to a period and there is so much cleaning. It gets to some point. But then they come into another environment and they meet certain persons and then things begin to turn round, and the debts accumulate again. For example, in relationship, somebody not married, and the debt may settle a bit, and he's showing like, okay, now he gets into relationship, and certain things going on, and this person starts to tend to be somebody else. The percentage of debt on the mind increases so much. Sometimes too, we pick it from people who indoctrinate us. So they tell us things we believe, and because of what we have believed, we can be angry, we can be sad, we can be anything because of what we have believed. Let me give you a short analogy. In the past, they used to kill people. They call it killing at stake. Killing at stake. They have some very sharp metal, but they made it like the way we open some gates. They roll it up and bring it down. And when they want to kill people, they put their head there and the neck straight at the metal, and they release the thing, to cut the head off. Now, it was a king who was doing that to frighten his subjects, those who were outspoken. Then one day, his own man who does the killing, that is his general, his commander, did something, and the king was annoyed. And then the king said, today you are going under the stake. So, this man has recorded because of the killing. As for this thing, it's one time. When you lie down, they put your head there, then you are gone. So the king ordered, they took him. He was the one who used to do the killing. But now the king took him. He said he is to die. When they placed his neck there, then the command comes, okay, now release the thing. Not knowing the king had spoken to the one to release it. And when it gets very close, just hold it. And then the thing was released. And because of the recording in the mind, when the thing came very close, it was released. But the man was found dead. He was found dead. The recording on the mind is, as for this thing, oh, he's gone. You see, he died before dying. See? So, in fact, recording is doing a lot to people. Recording. We've recorded on this mirror, this mind, many, 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 many things. I told you about a man who fell seriously ill. It was a fever. And he could not do anything. He was lying in bed. And he had his coat hanging by the bedside. And he was turning. Then he remembered that anytime he had this fever, there was a particular medicine, pill. They go for it. And when he takes it, he gets well. So he called one of the children. They went and bought the medicine. When they brought it, then he was dozing a bit, and the child said that he has brought it. Then he said, okay, place it in my coat. The coat was hanging close to him. Put it in the pocket, and then go for water for me. Then he went for the water and placed it on a table by the side. Then he had a small girl. The small girl was playing in the room, and he had some toffees he was eating. But he didn't want the toffee to finish completely. He wants to always go for it. It was the medicine. Then he was searching. Then started crying. Somebody has taken my toffee. Somebody has taken my toffee. And shouting. Then the father awakened from sleep. Said, you, what I will do to you? You know I'm sick and I'm now getting better small and you are crying in my ears. Then the child said, but somebody has taken my toffee. Then the father said, where did you place your toffee? He said, inside your pocket. Then the father said, you are a liar. It is my medicine which was in the pocket. And I've taken it. Then the child said, here is the medicine. Then he brought the medicine out. Then the father said, what? So is it toffee I ate? And truly, you see the recording that anytime he takes that medicine, he will be better. Because of that recording, what he took to, he believed it is the toffee. So the result is that he started sweating and he slept. And he got better. Belief system is operating everywhere. So we need to watch out. As we are about to close, I think this is the last question. As we are about to close, you see, I just want to highlight one point. Spirit, pure spirit, that is God, is different from mind and body. They are from Him, but they are just like He lowers the frequency to make them happen. So when you believe things, it is mind, which is a lower frequency, that you are using to believe. Are you with me? So all the things we believe, if you don't have mind, will you believe something? Imagine a crazy person, problem with his or her mind. It's very difficult to let that person believe something, isn't it? Belief is a product, something occurring in mind. But mind is lower than spirit. So when you are raising your frequency to spirit level, you bypass beliefs. Beliefs is on their way. You pass it to reach the truth. That is why the Master said, heaven and earth will pass away. Because they are all creations of the mental energy. And they will all be erased. When pure spirit is to manifest, it is beyond what we believe. Please, you understand? It is very serious, but it's the truth. It's truth. So, try to go beyond beliefs. Somebody believes the name of God is Jehovah. Another believes the name of God is Allah. Different beliefs about Him. But you see, belief is in the mental zone, and God is beyond the mental zone. So it is your projection which is below what He really is. It is below what He really is. And when you move to His zone, so that you can say, I and the Father are one, you bypass the belief systems. You bypass the mind. Mind doesn't function there. Are you with me? Yes. So it is very, very important to understand such deeper things. It is difficult to teach it on certain levels, but by and by, I'll let you know the truth as it is. Unadulterated truth. Thank you, brothers and sisters.
These are transformational words that I believe will take us very far. This is just the beginning. Let's stay glued to Him and see what nature and the universe has for us. With my deepest apologies to all those who had questions and I couldn't take them. Our time is fast spent. We were to do this up to 5 p.m. I increased the time to 5:30 and now it is 5:35 and beyond. But we still yearn for more. It means that we need to push Him. He is available. He says something that caught my attention. He says, when the student is ready, the master appears. The master is here. Let the students, that is you and I, make ourselves available, and the master will always appear to us and enlighten us. Thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you very much. Mabna will give us the vote of thanks. Let's welcome her once again. Hey, I'm not to cry. I hear me, I'm to be a usher that told me now to two better. And now guess I wish I had you and then I hear me.
Thank you. We've all been blessed, right? And before our father came, I told you that all we needed to do was to just open up. I have absorbed a lot. There was a young man up there who said he wanted to tap more than this. That is the spirit that we both need here. And once again, thank you very much for coming in your numbers. You could have been at any other place. And you are all a representative of your families. So you are here representing your families. Once you wake up and you achieve the full realization, then you become a channel to your friends and your family. Then together, we have a beautiful Ghana in Africa. So thank you very much for representing Ghana and Africa, and may this gathering not be the last. And whatever you came here with, however it caused you to come here, may you be filled in abundance. Thank you.